All right,
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
43.
Yeah, a few weeks ago, or a while ago, we recorded an episode about presidential artwork and art collection.
Some ratchet
And
shit.
when is election day? Is it a Thursday?
Next Tuesday.
Okay, so
The
this will
third.
be shortly after the election.
2 days after the election.
But yeah,
Yes.
enjoy this little feature about what was it?
Ratchet behavior in the political world.
Yes.
The Trump family really likes already been chewing gum.
Literally just trash.
Yes, garbage.
Yes.
Chewing gum.
Straight garbage. But I'll say
And, guys, cheers to the guy who sold them chewing gum and passed it off as
Cheers
Cheers to
artwork.
that guy.
true.
He got
Bang.
But yeah, I'd like to say George W. Bush is also a gangster. And you'll see why in this episode.
43.
Check it out.
Roll that shit.
Damaged by you, damaged by me. I'm confused, don't wanna be confused.
Hello, everyone. We have returned.
Oh, hey.
What are we talking about today, Bam?
Stuff.
Stuff and things?
Yeah, stuff and things. Who are you?
Oh, yeah. My name's
Nice
Josh
segue.
Ruff.
Do you have a website, Josh Ruff?
Oh, I do. www.joshruff.com. I'm also at joshruff.com on all the Instagrams and all that other bullshit that I fucking hate. So, yeah.
That's cool.
How about you, sir?
Hi, my name is Reggie. You can find me online at Reggie Inks on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And my email, reggieinks@gmail.com.
Hi, I'm Christina Maslar. You could find me here at the tattoo shop, or if you Google me, or on Instagram.
I'm Bam Maslar.
Who the fuck are you?
I'm a painter and co-owner of Crucible Art Gallery.
Do you burn things?
www.bamburnsthings.com.
Does burn things.
Hey, there we go. We got through it already.
Yeah. And brought to you by our sponsor,
The North Brewery.
the North Brewery, which I have some news
Oh, there's news?
about the North Brewery.
Okay.
They told me we've been waiting for months,
Exclusive break.
and they've been telling.
Heard it here
they-
first.
I stopped by Zach tonight, and he told me he wants to tell everyone that the North Brewery promotes safe sex.
Cool.
Right on.
That's not what I
Wrap it
expected you
up.
to talk about, but
no
I
glove.
guess that's all right.
No love.
Can we get
Because that's what I
stickers that
learned in
say
Booty
that?
Call. And that was a smart movie, man. You gotta wrap it before you tap
I was like,
it.
any news about your
Oh,
business?
God, I remember that movie.
I was like, any
That
news about your
booty
business? And he's like,
Before
that is
you
news.
stick
We promote safe sex.
So basically, he doesn't know when they're reopening yet. And they have cans,
Yeah.
so go get some. This Strawberry Thoughts here is a fucking amazing beer. Hopefully, they'll still have it when this comes out.
That's one I drew.
Probably not, though.
I think Malcolm plans to make it again, but with oats.
Yes.
So it'll be creamier.
Oats.
It's
Yeah.
pretty good as is.
Yes.
Strawberry oatmeal breakfast.
Yeah.
So what are we doing?
Yeah, what's on the agenda today?
So we're going to be talking about some ratchet behavior and a little bit of politics.
Great.
Don't you guys love politics?
I hate politics.
I love it.
How do you feel about Donald Trump?
Do we really have to discuss this now?
He's orange.
Well, I know that you don't want to get into politics, so it's more of just about the art of Donald Trump.
Oh, he has artwork?
The art of the steal?
Exactly.
I see what you did there.
So recently it came up that he was like talking shit about like veterans and all that.
Ooh, yeah, that was a pretty bad burn.
And going down that. And then there's a little article popped up in the corner when I was reading about that, about his trip to Paris in 2018.
Yeah.
And it was about his stay in Paris. And
Okay.
if you pull up the first photo, so this is, I'm going to butcher the shit out of this, and it's Hotel de Pontalba, built in
It's en français.
built in 1842, and it's the U.S. Embassy in France.
Okay.
And it's Jamie D. McCourt is the French ambassador who lives there, and it's known for its giant collection of artwork.
Okay.
Now, it's also part of the art of the embassies. So it's known all around the world as like one of the main headquarters for a lot of beautiful French art. So during the whole, he was refusing to go to the commemorate the end of the World War I and said all that
Because it
shit.
was raining.
Yeah, said all that shit and all that. We're not going to get into that portion. Instead, he
Too
just
busy banging French whores.
no, he was too busy walking around here scoping out artwork. To which, at the end of the visit, he then went, okay, I'll take that one, and that one, and that one. And just kind of picked out 3 pieces and was like, I'm going to take them home with me. And
So he legit stole artwork from this
did.
place.
He was just like, that's
Nobody
mine.
stopped
Did he-
him.
so the French...
Wait, did he make a bid? He's like, yo, how much for that one? $1,000?
No.
I got
No,
a G
he was
on me
just
right
like-
now, dude.
It's too much.
So-
too much.
So the French ambassador was just like, okay, cool. I guess you can take it. And so they loaded it onto Air Force One. And as they were departing, his final comments would be that they would return the artwork in 6 years at the end of his second term. And so
Do you have like images of these artworks?
I have 2.
Okay.
So the first one is these figures. So these are statues by Luigi Avalio.
I could see why he would want these.
Yep.
Because they're shiny.
Oh, that silver that goes great with my gold nameplate.
Yeah.
I could see myself in it.
It's good contrast with my golden face.
So these are mythological Greek gods that he sculpted. Now, according to Donald Trump, these are 16th or 17th century statues
Okay.
that were taken.
Something tells me that's not right.
Luigi lived in the 20th century and created them about 60 years ago. Now, all 3 of the pieces that he took, he and his advisors estimate at about $750,000 in value.
Okay.
Now, the second piece that he took was a bust of Benjamin Franklin. I wasn't able to find a picture of that because the
We
very
all know who Ben Franklin is.
yes, the very first thing when they boarded the plane, everyone looked at it and went, "Well, that's a fake." So it ended up not being a real anything. It was just
Okay.
that.
Because all the art critics on the plane
Yeah.
that
They know what they're
about the
talking
art
about. Clearly.
were just like, that's clearly not Benjamin Franklin. And they're like, yeah,
Or it was
it's a
just
statue.
so shitty. They're like, that can't be worth anything.
Yeah. So then the third item is this painting, also of Benjamin Franklin, and it is by Joseph Siegfried Duplessis, painted in 1785.
Wait, is he one of the Duplass brothers?
That'd be pretty sweet. So basically, Ben Franklin actually sat for the painting and painted live from it.
It's fucking dope.
Do you think he was wearing pants at the time? Because we know, we all know
Yeah,
Ben
who
Franklin
knows?
likes
Ben
to
Franklin in
fuck.
France? Yeah. He didn't have pants on for 2 weeks
Yeah,
straight.
if you were to pan the
No.
camera down, he's getting a handy from a fucking French hooker.
So they get this back to the United States and they hang it up in the White House, and they bring in I don't know exactly who it was, but art person, I'm not sure.
The Trump cabinet art specialist.
Betsy DeVos from her arts and crafts class.
Probably. To which they took one look at that and went, hey, that's not the painting by Joseph, because the real painting is about 50 feet that way in the Smithsonian. It's right across the walkway.
So it's a print of some sort or replica.
So that painting also ended up not being real as well. So in response to that, he had it taken down, and then he reached out to the Smithsonian, was like, give me. And they ended up giving him the painting, taking it out of the museum collection, and hung it in the White House for him.
So you're gonna try and do like the swap when he leaves, like swap that one for the Mission Impossible.
So when it came out, They kind of try to sweep it under the rug, but that he was, just free shopping.
Mine.
Yeah.
I want that.
Yeah. So I got a quote here from the White House spokesman, Jude Deere. And the quote was, "The president brought these beautiful historical pieces, which belong to the American people, back to the United States to be prominently displayed in the people's house."
Sounds like a, PR person.
Yeah. Fluff that out. Jeez.
Yeah. So that's what this whole article was about. And then I kind of went down the rabbit hole a little bit. I'm like, well, I mean, dude does have dementia. So maybe it's just like, he didn't really know. So I went back to look at other things from his history about artwork and such.
Mm-hmm.
And
like pre-presidential Trump.
Yeah. And one of the most famous pieces in his collection that he was known for was what he claimed should be the next one. This piece, which is Pierre Auguste Renoir, Two Sisters on the Terrace.
Renoir.
Yes. Now, he tells everyone that he paid $10 million for this, and he put it in his private jet in his suite there, and it flew all over the world with him. He traveled everywhere with it. And then eventually he ended up selling the private jet and put it in Trump Tower. And it was like in most of his political campaigns, like him standing in front of it and talking about it.
Please tell me it was just a framed puzzle.
To which then the Art Institute of Chicago reached out and said, "Hey, we have this piece since 1933. It was given to us by a donor who paid $100,000 for it."
Wait, is this
Not
going to be a
10 million.
callback to episode 1? Is it one of that dude's paintings?
It is not,
Damn
sadly.
Who, Mark Landis?
It is
Yes.
not a Mark Landis, unfortunately. But it's basically.
Hey there, Mr. Oh my God, Landis is making so much money just hanging outside of Trump Towers. I like to go to Atlantic City every couple of weeks.
some orange guy. Yeah, and basically the museum was like, "Hey, we have 1.5 million visitors a year who come and stand in front of this painting, so it's clearly not real." And to this day, he still claims it's the original.
Of
course he
does.
would. Of course.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem like a guy that
Hashtag double
backs down
down.
at all from anything, even when he's completely fucking wrong.
So then I was like, well, I mean, this was only like 2010-ish that this came about. I mean, maybe he had dementia starting a little earlier than we thought.
I don't think
so-
it's dementia. It's just ego. That's all it is.
Well, yeah. So then I went further down the rabbit hole and was like, so what other artists pop up in his life? And that's when the Andy Warhol issue came up, and that actually stems from 1981. So in 1980, they knew each other at this point, him and Donald Trump and Ivanka, and basically Donald Trump was like, "Hey, come to my office. I'm building this new tower, Trump Tower, and I want to show you images from it." So Andy Warhol comes in and was looking at it and was like, "Yeah, that's pretty cool." And then he left there and was like, "You know what? He needs to buy my artwork." So he just decided to go home and just start making artwork for Donald Trump. And so he produced 8 paintings of Trump Tower, specifically that would be arranged in the lobby of Trump Tower, exactly where he wanted them, and set up accordingly.
But Warhol didn't say, "I'm going to make him pay for it." He's like, "I'm going to make this bitch pay so much money for this fucking shit."
Yeah.
Because it's Andy Warhol.
Now, in
And that in itself was an art project.
I'm going to screen print your blueprints. I'm not even going to draw anything for this. I'm just going to react.
Yeah, so these ended up being screen prints in black, gray with a silver undertone. Now, the only defense of Donald Trump that I can probably ever have is from everything that I read about this. Donald Trump didn't know that Andy Warhol was making these pieces. It was just something that he was like, if I make them, he'll buy them. And so Donald Trump looked at them and was just like, I don't want this shit, and refused to pay him for it because the color scheme of the original Trump Tower was pink and orange.
You mean it was his face?
Cool.
Oh, burn.
It was
Burn.
pink and orange. So it didn't match the motif. So he decided that he wasn't going to buy it. And then, so Andy Warhol just shit-talked him for years. And, quote, I just hate the Trumps.
What a
because-
fucking presumptive asshole, though, to be like, clearly I need to make him some paintings so he can buy them from me.
So the quote from him was, I just hate the Trumps because they never bought my Trump Tower portraits.
Yeah.
And I also hate them because the cabs on the upper level of their ugly Hyatt hotel just back up traffic so badly around Grand Central. It takes me long to get home.
I mean,
Nice. Burn.
knowing all the
You got
shit
burned by Andy
Warhol.
Warhol.
Well,
Warhol.
he did get revenge on him. You know what his revenge was?
What?
When
Told him
Trump,
his artwork sucks.
no, when Trump Tower opened, Donald Trump decided to host a cheerleading competition and asked
That tracks.
Andy Warhol to be one of the judges as like the main judge of the event. So Andy Warhol decided to go to church instead and hung out there and ended up just not going, and it ruined the whole event. That was his big screw you to Donald Trump.
He went to church.
Yeah, he went
Again, that's so very tame for it being Andy Warhol.
to
Yeah.
church.
I figured he was like, I filmed a porn in a church
Yeah.
because it's Andy Warhol.
With your mom.
So yeah, that's about Donald Trump, and then I was
Okay,
like,
that's pretty hilarious to be like, it's so close because that'd be the one thing. It's like, all right, dude, I'm gonna really stroke his ego, and then just totally make these really dumb paintings and tell him that they're like so much money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
pretty much, yeah.
What does he want? A portrait of the building named after himself. Of course, that's what he wants.
And I love that Donald Trump's like, I'm going to smooth things out by having him judge a cheerleading competition.
Yeah.
Creep.
Clearly, that's what he wants, right?
He just
Yeah.
wants to stare at all the girls.
Yes, because that's what
Yeah, that boy from the Lower East Side, if you know what I mean.
But yeah, so and then at that point I was like, I wonder what else is in their collection and such, and I couldn't really find much more about him. However, it popped.
Sounds like their collection is just full of bullshit so far.
Yeah.
Hey.
There's
So-
more, isn't there?
So then it popped up that I couldn't find anything about his collection specifically, but it turns out that Ivanka and Jared love to collect artwork as well.
Dude,
So
Jared Kushner
originally-
is like the most soulless looking dude I've ever seen in my life.
Which,
He
speaking of,
kind of looks like Gabe from The Office.
He looks like the kid from The Omen grown up. That's what he looks like. Fucking Damien.
so speaking of ratchet behavior, they ended up actually getting in trouble when they both became federal employees. Because as federal employees, you're supposed to list like your assets and everything, and they just never disclosed any of the artwork that was on display, and they have invested over $25 million in artwork, like this first one.
Ugh.
This piece is by Dan Colin.
Is this gum?
I believe this piece used to hang in the Brooklyn Museum of Art for a while.
It is from 2008.
Is this the legit gum, though?
It is.
Like stuck to a canvas.
It is used chewing gum stuck to wood.
It's not that big either, is it?
No, I couldn't find. It was an unknown purchase price, but art critics at this point estimate that its worth is between $90,000 and $115,000.
That's fucking retarded.
It is. I've seen it. It used to hang in the Brooklyn Museum for a bit.
See, he's done a couple
Or
of these, so you
It
might not have seen
been
this
the
one.
other one, yeah. Either way, people still pay a lot of money for this.
See, what's
Did
great?
you guys know you can just chew gum and stick it to a canvas and make
Piece of wood,
$115,000?
Josh. Wood.
See, no, that's your issue. You stuck it to canvas. That's why it didn't sell.
It's got to be wood.
Yeah,
It's gotta be wood.
People
Gotcha.
want wood. People don't want canvas. Yeah, so tell me, what do you think of this one?
It's complete dog shit. You might as well have just smeared shit all over it and sold it for the same price, and people would probably buy it.
It doesn't look like the color composition. Nothing works.
How do you feel about this,
Reggie looks very
very upset.
I don't like it's.
Look
It
distraught.
looks
You-
like there's mold.
You
on it,
almost look like
too.
you're trying to make that statement of like the urban landscapes are just becoming so littered. But I remember one time seeing the street artist that actually like went through the time to actually make the canvas look like peeling paint off of concrete,
Right.
and then did like a tag over and over and over again. So you got those tactile layers that like
That's
you
what
know,
a good artist would do.
yeah, you know, you see all the weird shit peeling off and the just layers of stucco paint and graffiti, but this doesn't read like any of that. It's just
Yeah, I mean, this just
trash.
screams, trash. Everything that's wrong with modern art in general.
It looks like the
Conceptual.
underside of like a bus seat.
Yeah.
Just
not even, dude.
yeah. There's not that much gum under there.
It's a bit excessive.
Yeah. See, I really thought you guys would like this one.
It reminds me. Do you remember in the 80s and 90s they had this like shitty tube of plastic stuff they would give you and you put it on a straw? Like,
Oh,
it was supposed to be balloons. It looks like that shit.
Yeah.
The dollar store, and it was basically like colored rubber cement.
Yeah.
You're like, blow into this. Don't suck at all. Do not inhale.
Poisonous. You'll die.
Don't do this anywhere near a lighter. But hey, have fun. Go make your own balloon thing.
Don't pass out.
So how's the color composition, Christina?
It's fucking disgusting. It's
It's-
terrible. It's terrible.
All right.
No color theory. It looks like it's moldy. It's shit.
Well, I mean, at this point, it probably does have some mold.
What
on
I
it.
really want to know, though, is the guy that made this, like, did he chew all the gum himself? Or did he just go out and
That'd be
harvest some shit?
or get like an intern.
Yeah.
Like I need some studio assistants. and just have
give me a
them
bunch
sit
of
there.
unpaid
unpaid
interns that chew
interns.
gum all day.
You're doing a drawing one class at the community college. Get over here.
Yeah. I need gum chewers. Pronto.
You know how much disease is probably in that thing?
Again, if they're the same size as his other ones, it was only like that big.
No. This is
This one's huge.
See, he wouldn't
Yeah,
be able to
this
scrape
is
it
like-
off something because
you
he
can-
wouldn't be able to re-stick
you
it.
can see it in her house, and it's probably the size of like one of these.
Jesus.
Like
Yeah.
a bigger print.
Yeah. No, it's decent size. I'd say probably like 20 by 30.
See,
it looks like.
I would be cool with
According
this
to
if
her
it were
Instagram.
actually painted to look like that. You know
That
what I'm
would be
saying?
sweet.
Like if it was like some hyper realistic
Yeah.
kind of thing. Like that thing that Cam Rackham just did, that fucking sprinkle
sprinkles?
skull
Oh,
thing.
Sprinkles.
Oh yeah.
You guys don't know
Yep.
who Cam Rackham is, go check him out. He's on Instagram.
Google him.
But Jesus Christ, man.
One of those like
that-
hyper realism flexes.
Yeah.
Be like,
it's
look.
fucking awesome. Like that.
If you want to pull that up, actually, that's worth us taking a quick.
All right, let me see
Quick
if I can do
detour.
that real
Detour.
quick here.
Sidetrack.
Yeah. Instagram.
Do you remember his Instagram?
Cam Rackham. It should just be.
Cam Rackham. Nope.
Cam _ Rackham.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Cam. Yep.
There he
right
is.
there.
There he is.
All right, yeah, this thing. It's fucking absurd. See,
Sprinkles.
if that was painted like this,
Then I would
We would
respect.
eat all of
I
our
would
words.
respect the shit out of that. I'd be like, yeah, that's
We would-
tight.
Yeah.
But you just took fucking gum and stuck it to a piece of wood.
And
Just
that's-
like this wouldn't be as impressive if he just like
Covered
glued.
a skull and sprinkles.
Yeah, and then glued it onto something.
Well,
else.
I think even
Yeah.
that would be a little more impressive, though.
Yeah.
Kind of made it
Well, I mean,
because
okay,
it was
if
at
you
least
just
it was
took-
at least a sculpture at that
Yeah.
point. You know, it was
Well,
at
if
least
you just took a pile of jimmies and just poured it onto a canvas,
Jimmy's.
you know what I mean? And then stuck some human teeth on there.
But yeah, everybody followed this guy. He's awesome. Great painter.
quick sidetrack.
Yeah. It's worth looking at, though, because I remember seeing that earlier today, because I think that's when he just posted that one.
And his stories
he's been
also
posting-
have some
there's-
really
there's
good
the
art
one-
history too.
Yeah, the one.
Yeah,
right,
he's been posting the process of it, so you can kind of see it unfold on there.
yeah.
But if this was like that, then
Back to this
I would
bullshit.
respect that a little
Or did
more
he
than
even
this.
make a sculpture out of old gum?
Yeah.
Yeah. So back to this trash. 2008, 90,000 to 115,000. Normally, after we look at a piece of artwork and critique it, we cheers each other. But
I'm not gonna cheers this.
Yeah,
It's fucking
yeah.
garbage.
So let's just move on to the next one.
It's literal garbage.
This is also in her collect. This is not the exact piece in the collection. However, there are several of this piece, so it's one of.
Okay.
This is by Nate Lohman. It's called Bullet Hole. It is a silk screen. Unknown purchase price, but this very one specifically sold 2013 at Sotheby's for $665,000.
Well, it's silk screened
Yes.
on what?
Wood.
That wood, man, is so expensive.
Yeah.
Is
Guess
it big?
so.
No.
It's actually,
Not really all that big.
wood
Like-
from Christ's cross. That's what it is. That's why it's so expensive.
Again, probably about
Yeah.
Because you know that infamous Bible story about Christ getting shot.
How much
I
did you
tried
say this
to
one
buy
went
it.
for?
the last ones out of the collection sold for $665,000.
It's ridiculous.
And who was it made by?
Nate Lohman, his name.
See, I wonder what these two assholes think when they look at this shit.
Money.
I kind of see somebody riding on the Roy Lichtenstein sort of shtick. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Do you
But
think?
not really including enough figurative imagery to really make sort of a statement with it.
Right.
It's just almost like a study in texture.
See,
Which is interesting and everything, but not, $500,000.
now, do you mean what they think of their own work or what they think of being a part of the Trump collection?
Do you think Jared Kushner?
No,
actually
what
has
they think
thoughts,
of,
or is it just
like, how does this art speak to
satanic
them?
music?
I wonder.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like,
See, I do know that one time she posted a piece. I couldn't find the original photo, but I found that out that the very first comment was from the artist on Instagram, and it was, "Please don't ever post this again, and if you could sell it, that'd be cool. I don't want it in your collection."
Wow.
that's pretty awesome.
Oh, that's not my piece.
Yeah, so
Are we going to give this episode some clickbaity title and have it? This will be our viral hit. The Trump art collection.
sure, why not? Trump is ratchet. So what do you guys think of this one?
Meh.
It looks like someone that
it's a
likes
fucking
Warhol.
it's a fucking glory hole in
Yeah.
a pizza box.
Ooh.
Because Warhol did the bullets, so they're just fucking ripping that shit off by doing a bullet hole.
Oh, yeah, because he would always do bang and there'd be
Yeah.
gun in the frame.
Oh,
yeah, that's
yeah.
what I mean. There's not enough figurative stuff in here to make any sort of actual,
I mean, like
See,
when I look at art, like I like narrative. I like seeing narrative.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not like some kind of just cool representation of something, like this is lacking all those things for me.
See, I'm wondering if it was just purchased because Jared thought it was a glory hole.
I take you to the glory hole. What the fucking glory hole? fourth floor of the Trump Hotel.
Fourth floor, it's like a 55-story building yet.
Yeah, I mean, this
Jared's
looks
not
like
allowed
something
past
a
fourth floor.
soulless spawn of Satan would buy.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's got a black hole in the middle, like his heart.
So you guys feel like cheers in this one? Or?
No.
One human
All right.
art, please.
One human art, please.
Now,
I have $500,000 of human monies to launder. I should require one human art.
Yeah, I wonder if it's something like that, like a money laundering thing. That's why I'm like just wondering what these people think when they look at shit like this. Like,
yeah. So this last one out of their collection, I found a ton of them, but these are.
Spy versus spy.
So-
I hate it.
This is
I
by
hate it.
Louis Eisner.
So is this like a
He was
It's
Mad
all
Magazine thing?
He
yeah,
was
mad shit.
born in 1988, so he's 32 years old. This was purchased almost 8 years ago, so this is how long he's been famous.
Some 24-year-old kid just slapped together.
He cut up a 1960s Mad Magazine and made a mobile out of it.
How is that not copyright infringement?
I could not find a price
I mean,
for
it
it.
clearly is.
So I have no idea what she paid for it or what his artwork is worth. But when I went on Artsy, he doesn't do a lot of work like this. A lot of it's more abstract, but all of it was sold. There was, I think, 28 pieces on there, something like that. I couldn't find a single piece that was available currently, so no idea what this dude's pricing is.
Do you think this is just something he made to hang in his dorm and was like,
It's what it looks like.
I'll try and sell it, I guess?
Yeah, it looks like a college art project gone bad.
So they have this?
Yeah. Yep. That is in the Trump collection.
It's just high taste.
Yeah, they wouldn't buy it if it wasn't absurdly priced. So
Classic.
Yeah. I just can't.
Like the
I just
kind of
can't
man
give
who
you a
likes
specific number.
peasants?
Yeah, I
Kind
just
of
can't
guy
give you a
who likes
specific number.
ketchup
so.
on his steak.
Yeah.
I'll eat a bucket.
Well done.
I'll eat a bucket of chicken with a knife and fork kind of guy.
Well, yeah, you don't want to get your tie dirty. It's from China.
Gina.
I didn't emphasize the Gina enough.
No.
My bad.
What
Yeah.
kind of monster eats steak well done?
With ketchup. Now, okay.
The same
So-
person that bronzes with Cheeto dust.
I guess
The same guy that's got probably has a 5-star chef waiting for him on Air Force One
To make
and
a Big
rolls
Mac.
in with a Big Mac and a bucket of KFC under his armpit. But you're like, hey man, one steak off.
Now, I mean, I know I said I
How
would
disappointed
defend.
is that chef, by the way? It's like,
Yeah.
seriously, man?
I know I did say that I would only defend him once, but second defense slightly. But I mean, he's a grown adult, so. But when I was a kid, my parents only made like extremely well done steak, and then would have fries with it. And I remember I would dip the steak in the ketchup because it was the only thing that would re-moisten the steak. So I mean.
Yeah, but
He
you don't
came
have
from
to get it like
Apple.
that. Like,
Yeah, I
it's
know.
different if that's your only option.
But then you moved out and you learned how to cook steak.
Yeah.
Or that there's other steak out there.
You guys want some steaks tonight?
Still doing that shit.
I know Reggie doesn't.
Ooh, burn. Hail
Oh, Reggie doesn't eat meat.
On the regular.
When are we
Only
doing
on
chicken wings
special
again?
occasions.
I ate chicken wings like 3 hours ago. Anyways, so yeah, this is the Trump collection.
They got a lot of shitty stuff.
They do, yeah.
Oh my god.
You don't even know what to say about it, do
I
you?
hate it so much.
Yeah, I feel like you would get sued for copyright selling this shit. Like, because, I mean, it's clearly artwork that was in Mad Magazine.
But it's repurposed, though.
Do they count it as found
Is there like a
artwork?
loophole for that kind of shit?
Exactly.
Do you
well,
remember
I mean,
Ghost World?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
she finds just some, like, old racist ass print and just turns it in as an art project.
Oh yeah.
and
yeah.
she's just like, it's found artwork. She doesn't do anything with it.
it
She
was
just
like an
found it.
unused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is repurposed. It's cut out. It's reset up in a different design than what it was. So I mean, I guess it's
So
like,
it's like when
I think the
I mean-
legal loophole is actually in the merchandising. Like if you were to make prints based off it, that's why.
okay.
there are. He made those as well.
Really?
Yeah, you can make I found one on eBay for $960, and it's the cutouts of the faces and each of the characters, and you can buy it and make your own mobile.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah,
Can you just take the money and set it on fire?
pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we
that.
need a better, what's the word I'm looking for? Gimmick to sell art.
Pretty much, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think what does it is the fact that it's repurposed. It's arranged in a different way, so it's the characters of. It's like the people who still produce T-shirts with Bart Simpson on it, or
Okay.
a modern day artist, Derek Hess, who takes the old Playboy covers and will draw female forms on top of the
But
already
they're
done.
actually doing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
stuff.
They're beautiful
Yeah.
pieces and they're done very well. Shout out to Derek Hess. But
Yeah, but this is like just straight ripping the images and
Yeah.
fucking.
right.
Put it
I
together.
agree. It's trash still, but I think that's where the fine line is of
Yeah, usually
copyright versus.
the legality with dealing with copywritten characters is usually comes down to the merchandising, because there's this huge like fan art circuit. Like a lot of comic book artists and illustrators work cons and get hired to do a drawing the day of. Like, hey, draw this guy in my sketchbook. It's like, sweet, give me $100 and I'll get that back to you in a few hours. So drawing copywritten characters is one thing, but when you start, usually bootleggers are the ones that are putting those shticks on T-shirts and stuff, and not actually doing it within legal
boundaries.
reason.
Yeah.
So
I think because it's
That one.
not a direct copy, like it's not like he just photographed the page
Mm-hmm.
and stuck it to the wall and was like, "This is mine." I think that's what. I don't know copyright law, but
bird law.
as a lawyer, I probably should know.
Yeah, as my attorney, I think you need to. Yeah, as my attorney, you need to figure out copyright law and like real fucking fast.
All right, I'll go home.
I got a whole wave of product hitting the store sales next week. Man.
All right, I'll go home and drunk research that.
All right, so what else do we got here, though?
So at that point, I mean, I wanted to look into like other famous people and other like presidents who might respect artists a little bit more and stuff. And I actually found out about George Bush.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
Yeah. So who actually in the last couple of years.
W.
GW.
He signs.
Oh, he signs it.
He signs it 43. Yes.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
mean,
That's a cool signature.
I probably would too if I were
I'm
him.
down.
I'm not.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at
Yeah.
that.
And I was showing her last night. I watched you can YouTube it, but it's on there about he was interviewed by Jimmy Kimmel about his art career now.
Yeah.
And dude's actually hysterical. And just
He was hysterical when he was president.
He
too, though.
was.
Like,
but hysterical in a way of like he makes fun of himself, he makes fun of other people, like he's so lighthearted. And honestly, I was too young to like really remember like the early years of his presidency, but he is so much different than I remember.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to showcase
well, dude,
his
when you're
work,
when you're the
because-
president, people are just like vilifying you and blaming you for fucking everything. It doesn't matter like who you are or like how good you are or how bad you are. You're just the guy that gets the blame assigned to you all the time.
Yeah, my favorite was they were like, so why'd you start painting? He was like, boredom. They're like, you were bored? He's like, well, yeah. I mean, after a while, like, I'm back on the ranch, cleared off all the land. That's done. I wrote 5 books. Yeah, I wrote 5 books. The people on the coast didn't even know I could read. Yeah, I wrote 5 books. He's like, and then I was doing some history reading and stuff one day, and I found Winston Churchill was a painter. He's like, well, if that guy can paint, I could probably learn to paint too. He's like, so I called up Mother. He called her Mother.
Barbara.
Yeah. And he's like, hey, Ma, I'm a painter now. And she's like, no, you're not. And he's like, no, I really am. And she's like, okay, well, paint me my dog then. So
That's how this came about.
So he started as a dog portrait artist at first.
It's a good spot to learn.
Yeah.
Get in there.
And then
That's a baller move signing as 43, man.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty.
I
happy
was
with that.
impressed by that.
It's a good nickname. I wish I had one.
Yeah.
I wish I could just be like 43.
It's pretty gangsta sounding. Like, yeah. So from there, I guess he just reached out and found somebody local in Texas, one of like the co-ops, to come to his house and start teaching him how to paint. So she started teaching him portraits and stuff, and it's hilarious because they were like, "Oh, so what was she like really critical of your work at first? Was she really like, or was she intimidated by you because you were the president?" And
You would have got your color blending a little better if you didn't bomb her rack so many times.
well,
Basically.
he said that she walked in and one of the first things she made known to him was, "I did not vote for you." He's like, and that's why she remained my art teacher, because
That's
she was
awesome.
awesome.
He's like, artists weren't really my demographic, if we're going to be honest.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there were like massive funding cuts for arts during his whole.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. And now he's like coming out that he regrets doing that sort of thing and everything, and he sees value in all of this. And so at that point, he then just started. He did a show right after that where he did famous portraits of famous world leaders. So
Well, let's talk about this one for a second before we move on. Like, what do you guys think of this?
I think the composition would have been better if he didn't have so many Saudi Arabians in his pocket.
Did he paint this in oil?
Oh, nice.
oh snap!
I think it's not bad though. To be honest, like
I
from a portrait perspective, like
I never
from a guy who doesn't really paint his whole life, it's pretty good. Like it's not bad.
I never really got into animals. Like I could never get those down. And
Well,
I
I
mean,
like
it's
everything
pretty-
that's going on in it. There's a lot of texture to
That's
it.
what I mean. It's pretty clear what it is. There's
Yeah.
a texture.
Yeah.
There's gradient. There's
You can tell what type of dog it is. It's
Yeah.
obviously probably a Scottish
floof?
Terrier.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it was a floofy.
floof?
A floof. It's floofy.
Technical term.
Yeah.
A yip.
It probably does yip a little bit. Is it a Scottish Terrier? Because you can see the sweater that it's wearing. It's got Argyle on it.
No,
or-
he's not wearing tartan, man.
It's not a bad painting though. It's
No,
better than
really-
that fucking gum thing we were looking at
Yeah,
earlier.
I really like
Yeah.
this one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he signed at 43, his jersey number. So
His Kingston number.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not bad.
So cheers to dogs. This piece is titled
Like dags.
Barney.
Cheers.
Barney.
Barney. You gonna crack that beer?
I'm good right now.
All right,
Somebody's
what's
gonna
next
drive us
here?
home.
Oh,
Yep. So
not so good with the faces. in
Vladimir
this
Putin.
one.
This was actually one of his very first like legit portraits after
like
switching from dogs. Vladimir.
Skin tones are a lot harder to
Putin.
capture, obviously.
I mean, at the end of the day, you can tell who it is, though.
It's the dead look in the eyes.
I wonder what Putin
Yeah.
thinks about this one. And I'm really bummed he didn't sign it 43.
Yeah.
Maybe he just wasn't happy with this one.
Yeah, I don't. That's the only one that I saw at 43. So I'm not sure if like that's a.
Maybe just to rub his mom's face in it.
Man, if he's not signing every painting with 43, he's missing a huge opportunity.
I just wish he signed at 43 everywhere he went.
Yeah.
Like he's no longer GW.
Like when he
Sign it,
signs a
baby.
fucking credit card receipt, he just signs at 43.
43.
43.
Sir, we need that in cursive. Okay. 43.
Please print your whole name.
Are there two
Four,
E's? Are there two E's or three E's in three? Three. So yeah, Vladimir.
Do you think maybe he did this one worse just to be insulting to Vladimir Putin?
Well, that's what's funny in that the
Or
other.
they were buddies though, right? Like I forget. Like
I wouldn't say buddies. They were.
Comrades is the
Comrades.
We are
That's right.
comrades.
Yeah, I mean they were civil.
you're Russia. The word is comrade.
Yeah, they were civil to each other, is my understanding. I wouldn't say that they were buddies, but
Well, I'm pretty sure fucking Putin liked him a lot better than any other world leader since then. So
possibly, yeah. I mean, every other piece in this collection, though, because he did a whole series of world leaders. This is one of the rougher ones, so.
Oh my god.
it's very rough.
It's the whole collection, just like fascist dictator. Oh, here's my man Pol Pot. I got Mao Zedong. I got Che Guevara. Fidel Castro. Just going down the list.
Ooh, this is a good idea. Maybe that's my new series.
Yeah, eventually you'll end up painting Hitler,
So-
and people will not be cooler with that.
Do you remember when Laura was doing her portraits and it was just
Laura.
Desi's mom?
Oh, yes.
She did a bunch of portraits and they're really good and they were mug shots and she ended up like doing Lil Wayne and not realizing it was Lil Wayne. It was like a bunch of just different people and like famous people ended up working their way in there and she's like, I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, she was just Googling mugshots and
Nice,
ended up painting
nice.
Lil Wayne. And it was picture perfect. And everyone was like, oh, I want that. And she's like, why does everyone want that one?
Yeah. Face tattoo.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, exactly.
Scrawny looking man. Ew.
So good old Vlad.
Yeah, this one's definitely a little more jacked up than the dog.
But I mean, for being one of the first like a legit portrait, I can't even harshly critique it that bad. I know who it is.
Oh,
like
I
at the end
can.
of the day.
Yeah, yeah. I guess the likeness. Most of the
The eyes are all fucked up. It looks like he had a stroke on one side of his face.
Well, he
It
didn't get
looks
the
like he's got the
shadowing.
Donald Trump spray tan on the lower half of his face.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe he did have a stroke.
He's Russian. They never have strokes.
You
Too much vodka.
He just drank vodka. Oh,
See, I wonder
I'm
if he did that
Ukrainian,
to
which
be
is basically
insulting,
Russian,
though.
so I'm good.
He gives strokes Putin.
Yeah, Putin gives strokes. I don't get strokes.
All right, so what else we got here? What's the next one? Tony Blair.
Tony Blair. This was done at the exact same time.
Yeah, this one's a lot better.
That's what I was. That's what I'm saying. Like in the same series, same part of the show.
All right, so he probably did the fucking Putin just to be a dick.
Be like, oh, you look this shitty. in
Put
real
very
life."
low effort into his. It's like, oh, I like Tony a lot. He really showed up for me during the Iraq invasion.
I liked having Tony Blair around. He made my ideas sound more complicated and sophisticated.
He had
than
that
they actually
accent, you know, made him sound wicked smart.
were. Yeah. Man, you sound like a bear. You sound like Paddington Bear. Where are you from? Narnia?
Yeah, this is way better than the last one for sure.
Yeah, I like
Except the
this.
hair.
I can tell. I
surprisingly.
can tell who it is. I mean, I can tell who it is in the last one too.
Yeah.
but-
I feel like he dropped the ball a little on the hair.
Which
You
for
just did-
texture of
You just
with
did
the
a couple
dog.
of dog portraits,
Yeah.
and then you let Tony Blair's hair go.
Now, I haven't heard anything about his painting technique or anything to know if this is done in layers or sessions or just alla prima or
It's probably because my art teacher comes over every Tuesday.
pretty much. So I mean,
I'm on a ranch. I only have so much time.
It definitely looks like he painted the background after he painted everything else.
yes.
Ooh,
Yeah, it kinda spills over a little bit.
classic mistake. Classic.
Why is that a mistake?
I guess it depends on what you're going for.
Paint
really.
the background glass.
Because it gives you hard edges where you're not supposed to have them.
Boom.
Yeah.
And it also allows you to
Yeah.
build onto that color that you have established in the brown round, providing you a local color throughout
In the
entire
brown
piece.
round?
Oh,
Bam.
Dude, you
damn.
just said brown round, not background.
And the brown town background.
Well, see, one artist, and I'm not going to say who his name is because he's kind of a piece of shit. Always,
Hey,
Hi.
Menton, always told me was he always painted the foreground first because he spent way too much time on the background, and he's like, I don't want to spend like 5 hours on a sweet background and then paint the foreground and it looked like shit, and then I just wasted all that time. He's like, so I always did the
But he knows how to blend his edges, so it's
Yeah.
obvious.
yeah. If you're
But then if you
inexperienced
fuck
with
up
this
the
kind
front,
of thing,
then you can just, I don't know, keep going.
like you
with
can
it.
get away with murder in a background if you do the foreground tight enough. Because
Yeah.
then that'll only enhance the foreground.
yeah. Well, guess his art teacher. That's why she only worked at a co-op in Texas and wasn't.
Well, I mean,
I think her name
taught
was
him how
Ga-
to paint like all right portraits for a
I think her
beginner.
name was Gail or something.
Gail.
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 All I could
Gail
think
the
of is
snail.
no Gail from Bob's Burgers, where she paints all of the animals' buttholes. That's her thing.
Yeah,
It's the same Gail, isn't it?
probably. So
Isn't
it-
that like Megan Mullally, Ron Swanson's wife?
It might be.
I think.
So in response to Gail telling him that one, that she didn't vote for him, and two, that he needed to stop painting dog portraits and focus on people, he painted the next piece. The first one is him in the bathtub.
I remember seeing these before, like years ago. when
and the
we
other one
first
is
did
him in the
these.
shower, which yeah, so in the video I saw of him talking again about both of these, he was like, yeah, I mean, it's no one took the photo. He's like, normally I work from photos. This one is clearly open to interpretation because I gave myself back muscles.
The shower one.
Yeah. The bathtub one, he was like, I was trying to focus on perspective. He's like, so I wanted to get like that really nice angle. He's like, so I took my cell phone in with me and I was taking the shot. And Jimmy Kimmel was like, you took that on
He's
your
like,
cell phone?
That is the most dangerous thing I've ever heard a president do.
That's the most dangerous thing a president has ever done with his cell phone.
So yeah, he took some nudes.
I put my face in the mirror because it's like I'm looking back. I'm being 43.
Are you 34? Nah, motherfucker. 43.
Yes, these are two different paintings, but they're
Yeah, this is
sandwiched together.
This is a idiot trying to be creative right here. That's what this is.
These are like his very first of his paintings.
He has like a whole book now of well, it's a couple of years old now.
Yep.
Of people that he painted that were like soldiers and shit, and then
Yep,
he
veterans.
sold it for like veterans
Yeah.
charity or some shit. All of it.
Yeah,
goes
so
to
he
that,
created a
so-
veterans charity for the war he started.
Yep.
And then he
Actually, his dad started that war. He
True.
just finished it.
true.
Finished it.
No, we're still at war technically. But yeah, so he created the charity. Then he did portraits of like all of these different veterans, and then sold the paintings, and then sold the book, and the money went to the foundation.
Well, that's cool at least.
Yeah.
Everyone likes to talk about George W. Bush's paintings, but no one talks about Jeb Bush's macaroni picture frames.
You looked up like you thought we were going to show one. Unfortunately, I
I mean,
don't
that
have
would be
them.
wonderful if that were a thing.
I made a
know.
macaroni duck.
Unfortunately, we don't have one.
Macaroni.
I hired the local art teacher to come over and help me make macaroni ducks.
It was pretty hilarious when he tried to run for president in 2016.
He tried
Briefly.
his best.
It was so depressing. It was like he understood now, as a Republican, he understood why Democrats like participation trophies. At that point, it was just like, yeah. It was depressing.
Do you think his parents were like, you tried really hard. We're going to hang your campaign right here on the fridge
Yeah.
next to your brother's paintings?
So, cheers
Well,
to
they're
this
both
one.
dead now, so.
Cheers to this one for not seeing
Cheers.
W's dick.
43's dick.
He should have kept that, the signature.
You should have.
All right, so what's next here?
The last one is just his self-portrait that he did.
GW.
Go.
You ever see that movie where Sam Rockwell plays George W. Bush?
No, but that sounds
And-
magical.
well, it's the
because
one where,
Sam Rockwell, man.
Christian Bale is Dick Cheney, I think, right?
Oh.
I think that's the one. It's the one he got wicked fat for. That dude like goes up and down for roles, like the Machinist, where he was like,
Apparently, for the Machinist, he lost so much weight, like his glute muscle just came off of the fucking hip. It was just dangling. It just detached. 'cause
well,
there was
yeah, he
nothing
looks like
holding
he's
it
about
there.
to fucking die that whole
Yeah.
movie. Like,
Speaking of Dick Cheney, my favorite thing from the entire interview with W was, so George, tell me, when Dick Cheney shot the guy in the face, how did he break the news to you? And he's like, well, I really don't remember that conversation specifically, but I
it's
have to.
classified.
He goes, but I have to say, anytime Dick walked into the office after that, no matter who was around, I always yelled, Doc!
See, that's hilarious. That's
Could you
hilarious.
just imagine Dick Cheney like,
I was hoping it was like, well, I actually painted a portrait of the guy. Here it is after he got shot in the face.
do you remember the show Little Bush where Dick
Yeah.
Cheney's
Oh,
dad
God.
was Darth Vader?
That was a fucking amazing show on Comedy Central.
So good.
Oh, that was a quote I stole earlier from Tony Blair. Where you from, boy? Narnia. Sam, who's little Tony comes to school one day.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There was Little Bush and Little Tony Blair. That's right. Man, that was a good
I'm here on the foreign
commentary.
exchange program.
That was a good commentary during that time period, though, when all that
really
shit was going
was.
on, like when the war started and stuff. Oh man,
Back when the war started.
yeah,
It was like
20 fucking years ago, almost.
I wonder if that show's
19
streaming anywhere.
this week.
Oh, I hope.
Never forget.
Well, yeah, that was this week. Yeah,
Yeah, 19 years ago.
we're not even gonna get into 9/11.
No.
Fuck that.
Aliens. It was
Yes.
all aliens.
Aliens did it.
They sure did.
we
They
could
had
totally-
to launder taxes through the WTC 7 building.
So we could totally do an
Jet fuel,
episode.
those amount steel beams.
You guys want to do an episode on the art of conspiracy theories?
Oh God,
Oh,
no.
yes. Oh, there's a conspiracy theory about this one
QAnon?
airport. No, an airport.
Oh,
I
the
think.
Denver, Colorado
Yes.
one. Yeah.
The one that has all that fucking weird ass
There's been
artwork
this
in
guy
it.
on your mom's house lately that they've been showing clips of this dude breaking down like some of the stuff that's in the Denver airport.
Dude, some of
Have
it
you
is
been there?
really dark.
No, I haven't.
I've been there.
Yeah?
There's some weird shit there.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
fucking
it looks
awesome.
pretty fucking
And
weird.
buddy of mine told me that shit, and I was like, he's like, hey, did you see the horse outside the airport? I was like, fuck yeah. He's like, you know why it's there? I'm like, what? He's like, one of the 4 horses of the apocalypse, man. There's a government
wanna
shelter
hear
under the
something
Denver
even-
airport. I'm like, what? And he's like, when I drop you back off and you got to take on your boarding flight, check out the fucking end of the world murals and shit. And there are a bunch in there.
Do you
and
wanna
it's
hear
bananas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Something
dude.
real fucked up about that fucking horse? That thing fell over and killed the artist, and they still have it. Like,
Whoa.
he was just finished making it, and it fucking killed him. And they're like, okay, it's ours now.
So I don't want to hang out in Denver, but do you guys want to take a flight out there just to see the
Dude,
airport?
Denver's awesome. What do you mean you don't want to hang out in Denver?
Just
Yeah.
to see the airport?
You don't want to go to Denver and get like fucking
Baked?
legal weed.
Because New York State's a bunch of fucking prudes.
Yeah.
All right, when do you guys want to go to Denver?
go
Well,
to Denver, listen to some John Denver, get real high. Get some post-apocalyptic paintings.
Actually, I do know a few galleries out that way that are pretty
There's a
awesome.
modern art museum in Denver. Been there
Yeah.
before. I think they had a giant Roy Lichtenstein there.
I hear
that
it's a
was like,
wonderful city.
Denver rules.
So, yeah, we can do a conspiracy episode on that fucking airport.
See, I just thought it would be funny if
Steal
we
strawberry.
Do it.
go for it. I just thought it'd be funny if we took a cross-country flight, flew to Denver, hung out in the airport for like 45 minutes, and then just flew back home.
That sounds like the most miserable experience ever. Because
Yeah.
flying is not fun.
Flying sucks.
or stupid shit that we would do.
Well, now with all the restrictions, we probably can't wander around the fucking airport to look at artwork. Post-apocalyptic artwork.
Yeah, I haven't been in an airport since all this
No.
went down.
No.
Dude, I
I
actually...
mean, I guess it's better because there's not as
I
many
heard
people there.
That's what a buddy of ours was saying. That it's way smoother. Like each person, you're basically in your own row, and there's nobody right in front of you, nobody in back of you, and it's like every other row there's one person. So you just get to sprawl wherever you want. You do wear a mask throughout it. They still give you booze. They still give you snacks.
$18 thing of fucking cheese and almonds. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Give me my free movie and shut the fuck up.
Dude, I tried to
Oh,
upgrade to
God.
first class on a flight once just to see, you know, what it was like. And they were like, oh, it'll be $1,000. I'm like, oh, I'll not do that.
Yeah, Pat.
Now,
not
how much?
50.
How much was the original flight?
I don't fucking remember. This was years
But
ago.
was it significantly different?
Yeah, $1,000 difference.
Oh, it was $1,000. Oh, okay. I thought you were saying it was $1,000
yeah.
total. Like,
Yeah. No, this is for one flight. Anytime you fly out of Binghamton, you go to a connecting airport,
Yeah.
Detroit.
Yeah. But this was for the flight to get to where I was going, the second flight. So
Okay.
like a 4-hour flight, I'm going to pay basically $250 an hour to sit in a nicer seat and all that shit.
Well, I was thinking, I'm like, if the original flight was like $900 and then it was $1,000 for first
See, that
class,
would-
that's the
that
worth
would
the
be fine.
$100 overage.
You're paying
but-
$900 for a flight. You just don't know how to look for good tickets.
Yeah.
I feel like first class only makes sense if you're going overseas because you have to be fucking in your seat for 14 hours.
Yeah. That sounds like a miserable experience.
It does.
And then you can just go the United Emirates and pay like $28,000 for your ticket.
Yeah, cool. I'll just save up for 3 years to do that.
My life,
Or, you
my
know.
lifetime.
You get your own private shower and like you get a bedroom and all that. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
I'll take a boat.
I've watched the Titanic. I don't want to take a boat.
Yeah. What,
You
why
recorder
wouldn't you want to?
music.
You get to have your own nude model.
Your own door
The
when
Titanic.
it sinks.
Titanic.
The Titanic.
Do you think
Because there's a boob scene in
called the Titanic out there?
I-
There's got to be. There has
This
to have-
dick's unsinkable. I'll
like-
sink it.
That sounds like a swingers cruise or something.
Holy
Titanic.
shit. We are making that now. If that doesn't exist, we are making it.
Let's
Next
pen
up on
this.
Art Damage Podcast, we go porn.
Our pitch for the Titanic.
We go porno.
Be sure to check out our OnlyFans. OnlyFans.com/Art Can we charge $1 a month for this type of access? This is premium content right here.
It is. One of us just has to draw tits every episode.
Cue bad recorder music. Oh, that meme.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Kate Winslet.
It was Leo. Leo's the one that
Close enough.
close enough. There was so much room on that fucking door.
It really
She didn't
was.
starfish.
Oh,
He
yeah.
would have been able to survive.
Just let me sit next to you and spoon, you stupid bitch.
I'm
so cold.
Then he dies.
There's no room. Sorry. Call you. Bye.
Yeah, I'll text you later.
This
All right,
is just
so-
like a summer thing.
As far as this portrait goes, what do you guys think about it?
It looks like an underpainting.
It
It's
does.
super washed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still see some stroke. See, you do.
Is this oil? I can't. The other ones definitely were,
This kind of
but
looks like an acrylic
yeah.
underpainting.
Well, you could do this with oil or acrylic. I
Yeah,
think.
like
It's just hard
a
to tell
lot
with
of
this one.
turbinoid to like thin it out.
Yeah.
you know. So my art teacher started telling me how to make layers. He said, "Hey, boy, you're doing a lot better than tracing your hand and making turkeys. How do you, how do you feel about trying to portrait?"
I mean, at the end of the day, I still really like it though. You can tell who it is.
Yeah.
There's good texture to it. There's good gradient.
He's starting to see how like
There's not a
light
great
sits on the
value range,
face.
but for a beginner, it's not bad.
Good color composition though, like background to foreground and stuff like that.
Well, I mean,
like
he's probably
not-
working off a photo, but yeah, the background. Well, I mean, if he did the background a different color, his face would stick out more for sure. But who knows how long he was spending on one of these things?
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, it looks pretty brief.
Well, my art lessons are only about 45 minutes long.
Gail has a pottery
I
class
got
at 4
cattle.
p.m. on
I got to put
Tuesdays.
away.
It always takes me like 15 minutes to get clean my paintbrushes too. So realistically, we get to work about half an hour at a time.
I can only afford that much.
I mean, I'm 43, baby. I only got so much time.
Suck my presidential cock, bitch.
Dude, we're not talking about Bill Clinton. There's no fucking blue dress.
Dude, wasn't there like some kind of thing where Will Ferrell was George W. Bush?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was
I
like
think Will Forte was too.
quite possibly.
For a bit.
Yep. George. Yeah, he was definitely. He
No,
played-
Will Ferrell did like this theater thing though, where he was GW or some shit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the name of it.
I don't remember what it was. That came up in the interview.
I mean,
as
that's
well.
who I picture when I think about GW. Like anytime you talk in his voice, you know, it's like fucking Brennan from fucking Step Brothers, more or less. You know,
Fuck you, Brendan.
That came up in the interview as well. They were talking about him, and then they were asking him different questions about like different like pop culture and stuff, and he's like, I don't know. They're like, do you know who Beyonce is married to? Who?
this probably doesn't give a shit, dude. He's like, I was
doesn't.
president. I'm done.
He
I'm out of
does
here.
not care.
I blew up a whole fucking continent.
He does
Now I
not.
grow Christmas trees.
What?
Now he grows trees. That's
Yeah.
That's
I'm
his
turning that
family's
sand to
thing.
glass.
Did you see me on the aircraft carrier? Mission accomplished.
That was his first arts project right there.
First art project.
Sand to glass.
Oh. 19 years too soon.
Piss.
Well, I mean, that's like if you look back on it now, that's very different time period, and people used to hate him back then. I know I did, and
Yeah.
now it's like, yeah, he wasn't so bad.
Now it's
Yeah.
like, yeah. Now you check in and it's like,
Charming.
Oh my God, the demons that the Republican Party's been pulling out of their ass lately makes this look like a godsend. It's like, oh my God, please take us back to 8 years ago. Oh my God.
I was saying that to her the other day. I'm like, yo, remember in 2008 when we were like, oh shit, it's Mitt Romney versus Obama? Shit.
Oh my
what,
God.
What are we going to do? Now I'm Googling, like, what's Mitt Romney been up to?
Yeah.
I've been like, man, where's his binders? full
Well,
of
he's
women? I wanna
Mormon,
see him.
so having many wives and things like that. Living in Utah,
Sweet.
hating South Park.
Good for him. But I'm just like, what?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Can they bring back those candidates from like a decade ago? I'm all about it.
I thought we weren't getting into politics. You guys did such good impersonations before and had great jokes, and then
What?
I mean, those are jokes that have been made 1,000 times before about this whole situation that we're in now.
yeah,
I don't want to get into politics too much because
that's not what this is about.
It's stupid.
This is about
Fucking
43.
stupid. Yeah. 43,
Donald Trump,
man.
you have bad taste in art. Shame on you.
Well, I
Quit
mean,
eating
Couldn't you
rib.
tell by his spray tan though?
yes and
Hanging
What
out
was
too
I
much
saying
with
earlier?
Vina.
He was like a fucking bodybuilder that just never made it, and just
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
got
just
into the
went
whole
like
spray tan.
one
part.
time he was hanging out with Vince McMahon after a wrestling event, being like, "Hey, these guys got the right thing going. Hold on, can I get in that
I
kiddie
like that
pool?"
look. It's
And
very
he like
nice.
takes off all his clothes and he sits in the kiddie pool, and some like intern sprays him down. He's like, "I kind of like this. This is good. This is a good deal."
I love the. I don't know if it was a SummerSlam or what it was exactly, but when Vince McMahon and him had a bet that whoever their teammate, whoever lost, they had to shave the other person's head. So Donald Trump got to shave Vince
All right.
McMahon's head.
Say what you will about Donald Trump, but did any other president ever help Kevin McAllister?
He didn't.
He didn't help Kevin
I
McAllister.
thought he did.
No. He let that child walk
Okay,
free
okay,
down.
No,
wait.
he pointed him to where the front
Wait.
desk was.
Wait. Donald Trump is such a bad judge of character. He hired Pennywise to run the front desk at his fucking hotel. Boom.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, Tim Curry, the
Yeah.
OG Pennywise.
So
Oh, they float.
yeah, no, Kevin McAllister's running through there, lost, and he's like, "Hey, where's the front desk?" And Donald Trump's like, "It's over that way there, kid." Doesn't even ask him, "Where's your parents?"
You know why? He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, he doesn't give a
Because
shit.
he's a valued customer that tips very well. He's a tremendous service. Tremendous. Piss.
He spent
You guys wanna
billions
feel old?
and billions.
Macaulay Culkin is 40 now.
Culkin?
Yeah.
40? Damn. I only thought he was like a year or two older than I was when like fucking Home
Yeah,
Alone
he's-
1 came out.
I saw it.
Really? Because according to his mugshot, he looks like he's like 55. So
No, he actually looks better now.
no, okay.
Hey guys, want to feel old? I'm 40. Thanks.
I love that his fucking Twitter handle is Incredible Culk.
Yeah.
Oh, good old Macaulay Culkin hanging out with Donald Trump.
I think that brings us full circle.
It really does, yeah. Fuck you, Donald. On that note,
We're out.
Cheers.
Cheers.
we'll end with a good old fuck you, Donald. It is. I'm sweating my butt.
Damaged by you, damaged by me, I confuse.